This is Italian football lover channel, my friends. Today I want to make predictions. Match day 16 games of Bundesliga. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. Thank you so much. Let's start with Borussia Dortmund Leverkusen game. My dear friends. Borussia Dortmund is going to be at home. They got no defeat at home and they are playing way more better at home. But Dortmund team got two successive draws at home. They stayed draw against Bayern Munich and Hoffenheim 1-1 at home in the recent two games. And at the same time, Dortmund won versus 3-1 Wolfsburg in last away game. It was their first away game victory in Bundesliga this season. Before they stayed draw against Mönchengladbach 1-1 in away game, my dear friends. And at the same time, Leverkusen is on the second spot, and Leverkusen got back-to-back victories in the recent weeks. Leverkusen won versus Heidenheim 5-2 at home. They won against 2-1 Pauli at home. They won versus 2-1 Union Berlin in away game. Again, they won versus 2-0 Augsburg in last away game. My dear friends, really so challenging game is awaiting us. I cannot put forward either of the sides for victory. Dortmund is so strong at home and Leverkusen is going on perfect. Because of that, this game will be in balance. My prediction is draw for that match. Draw. Borussia Dortmund 1, Leverkusen 1. And Pauli Frankfurt. Pauli is going to be at home, but Pauli could get just one victory at home. They got more victories in away games, but still they are close to relegation zone. Pauli won versus Holstein Kiel 3-1 at home, but they lost against Werder Bremen 2-0 in last match at home. They won versus 1-0 Werder Bremen. They won versus 1-0 Stuttgart in last away game, and at the same time, my dear friends, before this Pauli team lost against 2-1 Leverkusen in away game. Frankfurt couldn't get any victory in the recent 3 games of Bundesliga. As I remember, they stayed draw against 2-2 Augsburg at home, and at the same time they lost against 3-1 Mainz in last match at home. Frankfurt team lost against 2-1 Leipzig in last away game, but before they won against 4-0 Heidenheim in away game. Frankfurt is stronger and better team than Pauli. This game is going to be a little bit hard clash, but after 3 games break to victories, this time I want to take a chance to Frankfurt for victory. Pauli 0, Frankfurt 2 is my prediction for this game. Freiburg, Holstein, Kiel. Freiburg is going to be at home, and Freiburg is playing way more better at home. They won versus 3-1 Mönchengladbach at home. They won against 3-2 Wolfsburg in last match at home. They stayed draw against 1-1 Hoffenheim in away game, but they lost against 5-1 Leverkusen in last away game. Holstein Kiel is second to last on the point table. They couldn't get any victory in away games so far. They have just 8 points. They are second to last on the point table. Holstein Kiel won versus Augsburg 5-1 in last match at home, but they lost against 4-1 Gladbach in away game. Before they lost against 3-1 Pauli in away game. They lost against 2-0 Leipzig at home. Freiburg is stronger and better team than Holstein Kiel. They will make the advantage of playing at home. They will win over against Holstein Kiel. Freiburg 3, Holstein Kiel 1 is my prediction for this game. Hoffenheim, Wolfsburg. Hoffenheim is close to relegation zone. They have just 14 points. They got totally 3 victories. They got all the victories at home this season. And at the same time, this Hoffenheim team lost against 2-1 Mönchengladbach in last match at home. Before they stayed draw against 1-1 Freiburg at home. Hoffenheim team stayed draw against 1-1 Borussia Dortmund in last away game, my dear friends. And at the same time, this Wolfsburg team is dangerous team, but they won versus 4-3 Mainz at home. They lost against 3-1 Dortmund in last match at home. Wolfsburg team won versus 5-1 Leipzig in away game, my dear friends. But they lost against 3-2 Freiburg in last away game. My dear friends, really so hard, so challenging game is awaiting us. This game is open to all consequences. But I feel in that way. This is my prediction. This is my just intuition. This game will end up in draw. Draw is my prediction. Hoffenheim 2, Wolfsburg 2. And Mainz, Bochum. Mainz is going to be at home, and Mainz is on the 5th spot. They got back-to-back some victories, and really they became up to 5th spot. They are going on perfect in the recent games. They won versus 2-1 Bayern Munich at home, and they won against 2-0 Hoffenheim at home. They won versus 3-1 Frankfurt in last away game, but before they lost against 4-3 Wolfsburg in away game. Bochum is at the bottom of the point table. They have just 6 points. They got the first victory against Heidenheim in last match at home by winning 2-0. And at the same time, Bochum lost against 1-0 Augsburg in away game. They stayed draw against 1-1 Union Berlin in last away game, my dear friends. Mainz is stronger and better team than Bochum. They will win over against Bochum. Mainz 2, Bochum 0 is my prediction for this game. Heidenheim, Union Berlin off. Heidenheim is third to last on the point table. They are in so hard relegation struggle. They have just 10 points. But my dear friends, they couldn't get any victory for a long time in Bundesliga. They are in so acute descending process. And Heidenheim team lost against 4-0 Frankfurt at home. They lost against 3-1 Stuttgart at home. They lost against 2-0 Bochum in last away game. And Union Berlin couldn't get any victory in the last 8 games of Bundesliga. They are in so bad situation as of lately, like Heidenheim. Union Berlin lost against 2-1 Leverkusen at home, and they stayed draw against 1-1 Bochum at home. Union Berlin lost against 4-1 Werder Bremen in last away game. My dear friends, before they lost against 3-2 Stuttgart in away game. My dear friends, really again all consequences, all results are probable in this game. This is so risky game, but I feel in that way. Just I want to take a chance to Heidenheim for victory. I don't know why. This time they will win this game. This is my intuition. We are gonna see what's going to be happen. Heidenheim 1, Union Berlin 0 is my prediction for this game. Mönchengladbach, Bayern Munich. Mönchengladbach is going to be at home. They are playing way more better at home. They stayed draw against 1-1 Dortmund at home. Heidenheim team won. Mönchengladbach team won versus 4-1 Holstein Kiel in last match at home. And this Mönchengladbach team lost against 3-1 Freiburg in away game, but they won versus 2-1 Hoffenheim in last away game, and Bayern Munich lost against 2-1 Mainz in last away game. Before Bayern Munich stayed draw against Dortmund 1-1 in away game. Bayern Munich won versus 5-1 Leipzig at home before they won against 4-2 Heidenheim at home. Bayern Munich is at the top position in Bundesliga. They are the best team of Bundesliga by far. So challenging game is awaiting us, my dear friends. Maybe this game may end up in draw, but by a little margin. I want to take a chance to Bayern Munich for victory this time. Mönchengladbach 1, Bayern Munich 2 is my prediction for this game. Leipzig, Werder Bremen off. Leipzig is going to be at home, and Leipzig is on the 4th spot, and they won versus 2-1 Frankfurt in last match at home before they lost against 5-1 Wolfsburg at home. Leipzig won versus 2-0 Holstein Kiel in away game, but they lost against 5-1 Bayern Munich in last away game. Werder Bremen is good and quality team. They stayed draw against Stuttgart 2-2 at home. They won versus 4-1 Union Berlin in last match at home. Werder Bremen got 2 successive victories in last 2 away games of Bundesliga. They won versus 2-0 Pauli in last away game before they won against 1-0 Bochum in away game. But my dear friends, Leipzig will make the advantage of playing at home. After a challenging game, Leipzig will win over against Werder Bremen just by 1 goal difference. This is my prediction for that game. Leipzig 2, Werder Bremen 1 is my prediction for this game. Augsburg, Stuttgart, this is the last match of the week. Augsburg is going to be at home, but Augsburg is going down and down in the recent weeks. Augsburg lost against 2-0 Leverkusen in last match at home before they won versus 1-0 Bochum at home. But Augsburg is playing a little bit better at home, my dear friends. But Augsburg lost against 5-1 Holstein Kiel in last away game. And at the same time, before they stayed draw against Frankfurt 2-2 in away game. Stuttgart team is so inconsistent team this season, but they won versus 3-1 Heidenheim in away game, my dear friends. And Stuttgart won versus 3-2. Stuttgart won versus 3-2 Union Berlin at home, but they lost against Pauli 1-0 in last match at home before Stuttgart stayed draw against Werder Bremen 2-2 in away game. My dear friends, again so hard clash is awaiting us, but Stuttgart is better team than Augsburg. Augsburg is going to be at home by a little margin. I want to take a chance to Stuttgart for victory. Augsburg 1, Stuttgart 2 is my prediction for this game. All my predictions like this matchday 16 games of Bundesliga. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. You may write your comments down below. Please click the like button. It makes me so glad. See you on my next videos, my dear friends. Bye!